online political forum in Nigeria. And today I still have with me engineer Debo Onifade, author of the book Liberating Nigeria, A Guide to Winning Elections and Reviving Our Country, with foreword by Mr. Femi Falana, a senior advocate of Nigeria. And engineer Onifade is also the founder of Nigeria's #1 online political forum. I am talking about www.liberatingnigeria.com. So you can place an order for this book on Amazon. It's available on Amazon, and if you're in Nigeria, you can simply place an order online from delon.ng, rhbooks.com, or simply send a mail to liberatingnigeria@gmail.com to make inquiries and, of course, place an order for the book. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So let's get down to business, Engineer Onifade. I was talking about the fact that the president's nephew, Mamman Daura, made a statement that didn't go well with leaders of other regions in the country. I'm talking about Ohanaeze, Debo, the Afenifere, that's the Yoruba Forum, the Middle Belt Forum, and the South Elders Forum. So he says that come 2023, presidency should not be based on zoning anymore, but on competency. He said it's something that has been done 3 times in the country already. So we should just forget about it and now focus on competency. So it didn't go well with Ohanaeze Ndigbo. They say that it was a wrong statement coming from him. They say he should have made the statement in 2015 when Buhari was coming up to become president. And for the South, they think, well, the North, overtook Jonathan, because they felt it was the time to become president. So this is not the right time for Mamman Daura to make such a statement. And for the other region, they are thinking that, okay, this man has just come out to tell us what the Northerners have in their mind. So they are planning to give the presidency seat to someone from the North again. What do you make of this, Engineer Onifade?
So first of all, remember this guy was talking to a Hausa audience. So he was
yes. He was in an interview with a broadcast industry, that's the BBC Hausa service.
So you watch out when these guys speak on BBC Hausa or VOA Hausa. They wouldn't talk on channels. They wouldn't come to AIT or they wouldn't go to TVC to say those things. And that's because they're speaking to the North. It's a very weighty statement coming from Mamman Daura. He rarely talks. This is probably the first time I will hear him
talk such a heavy statement like that.
He doesn't even talk. Like, you won't see him on TV or radio. And that for him to talk and say this during an interview, it's an indication that he's speaking to the North. He's speaking to some people in the North. I'm already aware that there are some Northerners that are clamoring for power to remain in the North. Some PDP guys are telling Atiku to contest and try to, just push that power can stay back in the North. And you have some Northern elements in the Buhari government. From what I gather, it's not a lot. It's a small element. It's a small group. That is saying that we need to keep power. We don't need to move power back to the South. And Mamman Daura has just come to say that he's probably in that group. And again, he's speaking to the North. He's rallying his people, letting them know that, hey guys, we can take this. It doesn't have to go to the South. And I agree that other groups have come out to respond to him forcefully, because they also get it. They understand that statement is coming from Daura for a purpose. And so it's good that people have responded to him. I support zoning. I've always said that.
Okay.
I'm not one of those elites that say that zoning makes no sense. Zoning is good for Nigeria.
So you are saying zoning over competency as against what Daura has said?
There are competent people all around Nigeria.
Okay.
There is no group of people that have monopoly of competence. The smartest people in Nigeria, probably in terms of numbers, are in the Southwest. Do we now say that Yoruba people should continue to rule Nigeria all the time because of that? The Igbos are also very smart people. Would you now say that they should rule all the time because of that? No. Um, I support zoning as long as you focus on the competent people in that zone. Just like when I was talking about NDDC, are we saying there are no incorruptible people in the NDDC? Do we have to bring in a Hausa man to run NDDC because we're looking for incorruptible people? No. There are good people in every region in Nigeria. So I support zoning. I think it's good for our stability. And I'll tell you why. The major reason why I support it is this. The Northerners are great with numbers. They turn out to vote in numbers. And they have been told from their childhood that political power is perhaps
Numbers.
far more important than economic power. So they go abroad, they come back home to take positions. They're in NMPs, they're in all the federal government parastatals. That is the way they have been taught. So they would always have an advantage when it comes to politics. So we need zoning to make sure that other people also get opportunities to serve. If you don't do zoning, the truth is that the North might rule Nigeria for decades. That's the truth. So zoning helps everybody. It helps the South to get power occasionally. It also helps the North to continue to get power occasionally. So I support zoning. I don't support what Mamman Daura has said. I think we should look for competent hands
Okay.
in every zone. I don't care how you do it, north or south. Some people say, should it be north or south, or should we break it down into 6? I really don't care about that. I'm okay with 2, north and south. Maybe in future
Okay.
we can break it down further. But I think that it's good that people have responded to him, and I support zoning with competence.
Now, you just mentioned that the North, they are good with numbers. And so when they come out for elections, they are sure to win. And Mamman Daura has just made the statement to apparently call for support from his people in the North. Now, should we then say this is a call to everyone in the South to stand on their feet and show that every single person eligible to vote comes out come 2023?
Yeah, that's a good question. And that is consistent with the reason for setting up Liberating Nigeria. That is why I wrote my book, Liberating Nigeria, A Guide to Win Elections and Reviving Our Country. I want the South, the educated South, to understand that political power is extremely important. No matter how great policies are, if you don't have political power, you would not be able to execute them. So
Yeah.
the South has to understand that political power is critical, and we have to become active players. Lagos, for example, there's no reason why Kano will be delivering greater amount of votes than Lagos. Absolutely no reason. I believe Lagos is the most populated state in the country.
Okay.
It's a very enlightened state. We should vote more than anybody else. If Kano is delivering 2 million votes, Lagos should deliver 5 million votes. Lagos should play very critical roles in election results at the federal level. So, in Lagos the last time we had just over 1 million votes, and you have votes in Kaduna, in the 3 cases, Kaduna, Katsina, Kano, running to over 2 million. In Kaduna and Katsina ran over 1 million. They voted more than Lagos. So Lagos needs to start voting. We need to deliver minimum 5 million votes from Lagos from 2023.
Okay.
So
In
that
that sense, what needs to be done? What do you think the Southwestern leaders should do for us to get this number of votes from Lagos State?
is the elites. The political leaders are trying. Tinubu will get 1 million votes no matter what he wants. I mean, no matter what happens, he will do his best to get votes out from Alimosho, from all those places. But the elites don't come out to vote. So it's the elite. The problem is with the elites who just go on social media, just like to attack everybody, blast government, just rant, and they wouldn't come out to vote. People tell me, oh, they don't want to die. My response is this: violence doesn't happen everywhere in Lagos during elections. I lived in
Okay.
Magodo, I voted. There was no violence there. A lot of people live in communities where there is no violence. So yes, violence happens in some places, maybe 10%, 20%, but in majority of the locations in Lagos, elections are largely peaceful. So it's a problem of the elite, the educated Nigerians who just like to talk but don't like to vote. So it's not an issue with the politicians. The politicians know, and they're doing their best, and they know how to bring out numbers to win their elections, their local elections. Asiwaju will do his best to get the 1 million, that they require. But we have
Okay.
to, we elites have to, and I'm just putting myself, amongst them, even though I don't feel I'm part of them. But I'm saying
Okay.
that they have to find a way to make sure that they vote, so that you can match what happens in those three cases. If Lagos can deliver 5 million, then you can match Kaduna, Kano, Katsina. Then you can talk. Then you can negotiate. But if you don't come out to vote, then we're at the mercy of the northerners in the area of zoning. So if they wake up tomorrow and say they don't support zoning, what happens?
Well, the Ariwa group has said zoning is not in the Nigerian constitution, so the other regions should forget about zoning.
I mean,
They
so
have said that.
again, we need zoning so that other. Let me tell you this: they can't. The northerners cannot win election by themselves. That's a fact. But I'll tell you this. So because so nobody can win by themselves. But the challenge is this: the southeast and south without rigging, the numbers are low. Okay, southwest has high numbers. North central. When you say North Central, only half of North Central is, it can be time to be, sympathetic to the South. So if you add all these numbers together, it's, if you follow what happened during the Awolowo era, the reason Awolowo never won an election is because he was never able to collaborate with the Northerners. And it's impossible to win elections without some level of support from the North. Imagine if Malam Aminu Kano and Abafemi Awolowo had been able to collaborate, and I mentioned this in my book. If the two of them, because they are both progressives, Aminu Kano and Abafemi Awolowo, if the two of them had been able to collaborate effectively, they would have won that election against Shehu Shagari in 1979. And that's all Awolowo needed to do. I know they tried, but it's still that's one way Asiwaju Bola Tinubu is doing better than Awolowo, and MQ Abiola also did better than Awolowo because he was able to collaborate. Imagine if Awolowo had got Malam Aminu Kano on his side, he would have won that election and would have had a good government mixture of the North and the Yoruba people. But how did he expect to win the election, even though he was the best candidate? I mean, clearly, Obafemi Awolowo was by far the best candidate. How would he expect to win election with what he had? Abiola won the election in the North. He won the election because he won in the North and in the Southwest. Nigeria was also divided. When people say Nigeria wasn't divided at this time, I just think they are joking. They're either ignorant or deliberately joking. Nigeria has been divided since the 60s. And Abiola didn't win in the South. He won in the Southwest. He also won in the North. That's why he won the election. So politics is a game of numbers. And I recognize that you need Northern support to win elections. But we need the Yoruba people, the Lagos people, let me put it that way. Lagos has to turn out and vote en masse so that they can better negotiate with the Northerners and say, okay, guys, let's talk. We can deliver 5 million votes. We can match the whole of Kano, Kaduna, Katsina. Then that negotiation will be better. But when you don't do that, when you get to the negotiation table, the North will say, all you can give us is propaganda and money. You can give us money and the propaganda machine, the press machine. Other than that, we have a lot more votes than you guys. And so sometimes the negotiations can be difficult because they can legitimately say that, hey guys, we have the votes. And that's what people like Mamman Daura is doing now. I think he's trying to talk to the northern base, just letting them know that this thing is still in our hands. We can choose to keep power. And I think it's unfair of him. I don't think he should be saying that at this time. I think it's been unfair to the president because I think the president supports zoning. I think it's unfair, but I think it's a wake-up call for the Yoruba people. No need to come and make noise. No need to make noise on papers. Get back to the drawing board and find a way to turn your people out on election day. We need 5 million votes from Lagos in 2023.
And I hope we can get that too. Okay, let's move away from Mamman Daura and the zoning issue. Akinwunmi Adesina has been cleared of corruption charges. Now, I guess you'll be happy with the news, but then I looked at the other side of it. We had a discussion a few weeks ago, and you were saying that Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala being nominated for the World Trade Organization, that she was a candidate of the West, that the West are just trying to placate us for Akinwunmi Adesina should he lose the bid to come back for second term. So now it seems like the table has turned. What do you have to say about that?
So this is very related to zoning. And people sometimes say, oh, zoning happens only in Nigeria. And I just laugh at them. There's zoning all around the world. Okay? In the UN, we had Boutros Ghali, an African person while I was growing up. And then you had Kofi Annan, Africa. At that time, it was reported that no, it was no longer going to go to Africa. And they went to Asia. And, went to now in the Americas. Deliberately, UN does not field an American Secretary General, which is deliberate because the UN is, largely controlled by the US. And they don't want, they think it's just fair to allow another continent to produce the Secretary General. The same reason IMF is seen more as European. It's actually, they always have a European head. That's zoning, So all this nonsense that some of the elites come on TV to say there's no zoning anywhere in the world. Zoning is, let's focus on competence. It's all nonsense, And the same thing about what's happening now. Akinwunmi Adesina contested at the time that I think Africa agreed that it was good to give it to a Nigerian. We are the largest shareholder. They never allowed us to lead AFDP. There's a lot of some gang up against Nigeria in Africa sometimes. We don't, And now that he has won, I guarantee that Ngozi will find it more challenging to win.
Really?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now I want you to tell me why do you think that she is in a tug of war with Akinwunmi Adesina?
No, she's not.
Chairman of the
she's
WTO.
Not. Well, you follow politics. It's going to be difficult for the other African countries that have supported Akin to support Ngozi. Many of them are going to say, no, we can't have two Nigerians heading two major global organizations when there are other Africans that can do it. She might win eventually if she gets enough support from the West. She might win, but I believe that the Africans are already shortchanging themselves. The rumor before was that the Egyptian guy was going to be the AU nominee, but the AU has come out to say that they attempted to have a candidate. They attempted to have a consensus candidate, but they did not succeed. So right now, AU is saying there is no consensus candidate. So you have three candidates: one from Egypt, Ngozi from Nigeria, and the Kenyan lady that just came up. Wow. That's actually a stupid idea from the Africans. Because what it means is that we're going to share the votes among ourselves. We might ultimately allow a non-African to win that election. To win that election, it's best for you to have a consensus candidate and get maybe one or two continents to support you. That will have made it easier for you to win an election. So we're already at a disadvantage. However, I know that she's going to lose some African votes because Akin is clear.
Because Akinwunmi Adesina is clear. I am finding it difficult to really,
There is
connect that.
there's a lot of beef against Nigeria by many African countries. That's a fact. Again, remember, I try to be honest. I don't like to talk like those elites who just come to tell us lies. There's a beef. There is I don't want to envy or maybe we're not good at playing the politics. But many African countries normally don't want to support us. They feel we're arrogant, and so that has always happened, And in this case now, that some people feel Ngozi is using her global connections, influence to outmuzzle the Egyptian guy. Some people are going to feel like those Nigerians have come up again. They've started again. We're not going to vote for them. There's that thing. If Akin had lost, she would have got sympathy votes from those African countries, but she wouldn't get those sympathy votes again. I think that for her to win, now she needs to clear votes from the West. She needs to cement her Western. She needs to get adequate support from the West to win the election. Other than that, if she's depending on votes from Africa, this is my opinion. I may be wrong eventually. I think she's not going to get it if she's depending on the Africans to help her win the elections.
Okay, I guess we'll just leave it to whoever luck shines on, right?
But I support Ngozi, my candidate. I must make that clear.
Really?
If you ask me who I support, absolutely, I support Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. I want her to win. I'll be extremely glad if we have a Nigerian heading the WTO and another Nigerian heading the AFDP. That would be great. That would be great. I just didn't want them to. I didn't want a scenario where Akin was being moved out just because and somebody's trying to placate us with Ngozi. I thought that was unfair, but I think that now Akin has been cleared. Now everybody has to come together to work for Ngozi's victory at WTO.
Thank you so much for your time, Iyo.
Thank you. Take care.
Okay, thanks for watching our show today. Well, remember, you can order a paperback and Kindle version of the book Liberating Nigeria, A Guide to Winning an Election and Reviving Our Country from Amazon, with foreword by Femi Falana, a senior advocate of Nigeria. The free ebook is also available on Amazon Kindle device. You can simply install a free Amazon Kindle app on your Android or Apple phone and make an order for the ebook. If you're in Nigeria, you can order online from delon.ng or rhbooks.com.ng. You can also send an email to liberatingnigeria@gmail.com to make inquiries about the book or simply place an order for the book. You can also buy the book from booksellers in Ibadan, Abuja, and Abeokuta. These are places in Nigeria. And if you are in Lagos, you can also get the book at Glendora Bookstore at the Ikeja City Mall, Pataba Books at Surulere Mall, Roving Heights Bookstore at Surulere, and Lateran Assembly Bookstore in Ogba, Lagos State. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and most importantly, get registered on our online political forum, the leading online political forum in Nigeria. I am talking about www.liberatingnigeria.com to join our movement to revive our country, Nigeria. Thanks for watching. My name is Deborah Yusuf. Bye for now.